What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Doing a follow-up. Going to give you a review of a toad from NetBait called the BF Toad. It's a new size. I've been fishing it a bunch and catching fish with it. I'll give you my thoughts and how I'm fishing it now. Thanks everyone for watching. As you know, I love to do unboxing videos and talk about bass fishing tackle, and then down the line I will do a review where I actually explain the bait, you know, if I've caught fish on it, how I'm fishing it, things like that. And that's what we're doing right now with this toad from NetBait. So this is actually just a new size. It's the BF Toad. So BF is in bait fuel. You know, there's a 4-inch size already, and then now there's a 3.5-inch size. So there's a lot of things you can do with this bait. I'll pull them both out just so you can kind of take a look. But I mean, it's not like a, you know, brand new style of bait. I mean, there's a lot of these toad style baits, but you could see how much smaller this little guy is. This is a 4-inch, and then it's a 3.5, but you can see it's much thinner. So I was fishing it on a weighted hook. This is a Hayabusa. I don't remember the model, but I like that little design with the weight right there. I mean, there's a lot of different brands out there. You can fish it on the back of a buzzbait, and it was great for fishing really shallow water where I was at. I'm talking like 2 feet or less. You know, I saw bass cruising. They were not really super aggressive. You know, they wouldn't hit a bigger sized frog. They wouldn't hit a bigger buzzbait. You know, they didn't want any walking topwaters, so I just decided to pick this thing up and immediately started catching fish, including some really nice ones on this little bite-sized toad. So it's a pretty cool way to fish. I mean, it's not new, but it's just something I've kind of gotten away from. And we all used to buzz those toads when they first came out, and you know, even the buzzing, you know, skinny dippers and those style of baits. When I lived down in Florida, that was the deal. You know, just wind stuff through grass and you would catch tons and tons of fish. Maybe it's my fault. I just haven't done it very much lately, but it was the perfect situation fishing for shallow fish that I knew were there, and it was grass around, you know, so you have to use a little bit heavier gear. You couldn't just pitch a lot of soft plastics. These fish were all over the place chasing bluegill. I visually saw that, so this was a perfect way to imitate them. So I was using this bone color, but they have a lot of good colors like this bubble gum. You know, the tried and true black is really good. And then it's another one I really like, the bullfrog, which is more of like a, you know, just a standard frog color. But for some reason that color was working really well. Again, it's just a simple technique, just buzzing it, but it was perfect for that shallow water where the fish were, I knew they were there, but they just wouldn't commit to more aggressive topwaters. This is a really small kicking action, you know, just because it has small legs, it's just really tight, you know, so it didn't make a ton of disturbance, which was what it needed for those spooky fish, because they were spooky. They could hear every noise. Every time a trolling motor hit something, you'd see 2 or 3 dart away. I mean, it was a good spot. They were definitely there, but this was a great way to catch them, just buzzing this on the surface. Now, a previous trip, I was catching them with this on the back of a buzzbait. And this is one buzzbait that is really in demand. This is the Brazalo Custom Lures Weed Whacker. So I first heard about this from some of the pro tournaments. A lot of guys were catching fish on them. It's a little tiny buzzbait, but every time I check Tackle Warehouse, they're out of stock. But I finally got some, and then I really liked it, so I got a couple more. So this is what it looks like. It is a tiny buzzbait that makes a ton of noise, and it's perfect, the perfect size for one of these little toads. I mean, it would fit a bigger toad as well, but I really like how well it fits this BF Toad, the 3.5-inch. It's got a really good keeper on it. So that's what I was, you know, catching fish on that as well. You know, when they were a little more aggressive, you know, in the mornings, this is how I initially started fishing this BF Toad, and it fits on there perfectly for that. So that's another option that you could do. You know, I keep saying that. I mean, these toads are not like a brand new style of bait, but I really like the design, the colors, and everything about this NetBait one. It also has bait fuel inside of it, so you got a little scent added to it, so you don't have to add any on your own. So that's a smart idea as well, but it works. I mean, I've caught fish on it fished solo. Well, that's a big one. I've caught fish on it solo, like I was saying, just buzzing it around, and then on the back of a little buzz bait like this. So this one is really in demand if you can find it, this Brazalo Custom Weed Whacker, and then it's perfect for this BF Toad. Perfect combination, or get just a standard swim bait head or a swim bait hook with a weight on the belly, and it runs true, again, like that bone color, but it was just a fun bite I've got on. These things do catch fish, and I'm going to be throwing it a bunch as long as this bite lasts. You know, those fish are shallow. It's still warm enough that they'll still chase topwater. So I'll hopefully keep catching them on it all fall. That is the little BF Toad Junior, I guess you could say, the 3.5 inch. Been a fun little bait to fish. Thanks for watching.